The following is a presentation of TFNN. Time to talk about your health. Living a Primal Lifestyle. With your hosts, Nico and Ellen Haan. Now, Nico and Ellen Haan.
Good morning, I'm Nico Haan. Welcome to Living a Primal Lifestyle, where we explore a return to a more balanced and natural wild world.
To recover our natural health and regain our rights and freedoms. Good morning, I'm Ellen Haan.
It's a beautiful morning downtown St. Petersburg, 66 degrees and clear skies. It's been just beautiful. It's actually cooler than normal.
Yeah, we've had the doors open. It's been lovely.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'd like to remind people to please pick up our Primal Edge. And you can get this on a subscription for $89 a month. It's everything you need to remain healthy as long as you're on a good diet. And fulvic and humic acids are there to bring the good stuff in.
And take the bad stuff out.
That's for sure. And also remind you, please pick up our Health Signals newsletter. This follows the show, so the articles that we talk about on the show are in here so you can do your own investigation. And I think that's an important thing. Number here is 877-927-6648.
And you can reach us at ellen@tfnn.com.
And Nico at TFNN.com. And if you want to reach Paige, of course, you can reach her at Paige at TFNN.com. I want to start off, this is an article that you sent me, and this is from a few years ago. The National Press Conference kicks off its 2018-2019 flu vaccination campaign, so this was in 2017. The reason I'm bringing this up is because we want to kind of look at a trend and see what was happening then to kind of compare it with what's going on, because we're getting all kinds of different numbers.
Yeah, and there are a lot of people yelling, oh my God, this is the worst epidemic ever, and,
Right.
and danger, danger.
So this one, on September 17, 2018, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the National Foundation for Infectious Diseases, along with other public health and medical groups, kicked off the 2018-2019 vaccine campaign. And they held a press conference, and the guy you see in the picture, I guess, is the director. He's one of the faithful ones.
He got his vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were recommending that everybody who is 6 months of age or older get vaccinated for the
Right.
for the flu. And then what happened?
Well, they recommend it. First of all, the estimates indicate that more than 900,000 people will be hospitalized and more than 80,000 people will die from the flu season last year, is what they said. So this is the 2017-2018
Yeah, and
season.
in fact, they did say that the flu did in 2018 kill 80,000 people, according to this report. And they talked a lot about getting vaccinations and how important it is. And what struck me as kind of fun with this article was that it said last fall and winter, meaning the fall and winter of 2018, was the worst flu season that we've had since the 70s.
And it was also the biggest campaign for getting vaccinations. So
Right.
we had more vaccinations than ever, but we still had more people getting sick than ever.
Yeah, and they were pushing vaccinations and saying, well, we lost 80,000 people to the flu. But then they said, part of the problem we lost 80,000 people to the flu was because the flu vaccine wasn't that effective on this particular flu.
Making a bad year worse, the flu vaccine didn't work very well. Experts nevertheless say vaccine is still worth it because it makes illnesses. No, I think it's worth it for them because they make a lot of money from it, and the government kind of pays for the whole thing.
Imagine if everybody says, "Hey, wait a minute, 80,000 people died. That flu vaccine was worth nothing.
Yeah.
So don't. I'm not getting the flu vaccine."
Well, because now we're seeing the numbers kind of approaching 70,000. Maybe I didn't look at it this morning. I got tired of looking at the numbers. So we're kind of in the. It's a bad flu season.
It's a bad flu season.
Yeah, but we really don't know because we have no numbers on the actual flu.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking, how do we know? Is it COVID-19, that strain of the flu, the coronavirus, or is it your regular old run-of-the-mill flu, which a lot of people get and a lot of people aren't getting?
Or is it a combination of both of them? Are both of them going through? We don't know. There's no news on that particular thing. But they do say it was the worst flu season ever last year. And, of course, the 2018 flu epidemic killed It was around for 2 years, they said, and killed more than 500,000 people.
I guess the standard flu death is a range from 12,000 to 56,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big range.
Yeah.
And it just depends on what year and what the strain is.
And of course, a lot of people talk about the flu vaccine having the flu in it, so naturally you're being exposed to the flu, and the idea is that herd immunity, as long as you get a certain amount of people done. But it also works without a vaccine. If we just let this flu go through and infect everybody, then very quickly we become a part of the herd. And have immunity. So I'm just wondering if it's, and this really goes through my mind all the time, is it worse just to let it go through fast? Because what the experts I heard saying is that it's going to take about 2 to 3 years for this whole thing to go. And the main reason is because we're keeping people inside, so herd immunity is very difficult to achieve.
Some country, Sweden didn't do the mandatory stay at home, and apparently the numbers are not terrible.
Well, they're a little bit more than Norway next door, but it's hard to compare. They always compare like Germany to the United States. Well, there's no comparison because we have 330 million and they have 25 million. So how can you compare the numbers? There are no numbers. You'd have to compare the whole EU with the United States, and then maybe you get some kind of equalization there.
Well, I'll tell you one thing: the stay at home is driving everybody crazy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's time to get out, and there's plenty of things that this article that you mentioned to me the other day was called the Lock-in 20.
LOKIN.
Yeah, this is very interesting. Let me get that up while you talk about it.
Yeah, there's a phenomenon called lock-in, and it has to do with how diseases are transmitted and the severity of the disease based upon the isolation of the patient.
Right.
Basically being locked in, and there were a lot of studies. Well, I don't know how they do these studies in a week, but and publish papers and whatnot.
Magically appears.
Yeah, they magically appear. But it's an interesting. They have a lot of different colleges and agencies have been looking at this.
Right.
Because it's raising health concerns so far. It's over in the UK and.
Well, some of the numbers that they talk about are very similar to numbers for the flu. Mm-hmm. So self-isolation or isolation as a group, even though I don't think it was a forced isolation, it certainly was highly suggested. And in some cities like New York and stuff like that, they make it very clear they don't want you going out. So it is one of the first times ever that we lock up the people who are not sick, because we've always isolated people who were sick. So that in itself is something that governments do because governments want control over people. In fact, companies probably want control over people too. So this is always about controlling things. And a government, the only way they can control people is to tell them what to do. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, they still want to tell you what to do. So when we get back, let's talk about this Lock-in 20. We'll be right back, folks. You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Chart. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. Will the S&P 500 continue to climb? For bold trades on U.S. large-cap stocks in either direction, trade SPXL, SPUU, or SPXS. Directions Daily S&P 500 Bull and Bear Leveraged ETFs. Direction Leveraged ETFs. An investor should carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, call 866-476-7523 or visit directioninvestments.com. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
And welcome back. We're talking about this article, Lock in 20. The lockdown regime causes increased health concerns. And both the Public Health England and the Advisory Committee on Dangerous Pathogens were satisfied that COVID-19 presented a low risk of mortality and downgraded it from the status of a high consequence infectious disease on March 19th. Now, this guy who was the author here was interviewed on February 13th. And he predicted models that were not absurd. He said that the infection rates of 60% of the population with a 1% mortality rate were possible, standing by his prediction of 400,000 people of COVID-19 deaths in the UK. But then on March 19th, I guess they downgraded the whole thing, and people disagreed with him.
Well, it said it was wildly inaccurate predictions.
Right.
I was looking at this chart that's in the middle of the article, and it's very interesting because it points out that Italy and Spain had more deaths attributed to coronavirus than China did at the same stage of the infection. And China did not do the lockdown at that stage, and Italy and Spain did. So the implication is that the locking people down caused more deaths.
Yeah, and when it comes to wildly inaccurate predictions of Professor Ferguson's work at Imperial College has a long and distinguished history. In 2002, he said 50,000 people in the UK would die from the mad cow disease. To date, less than 200 have passed away. He predicted 200 million global deaths from the H5N1 flu, bird flu. And that was wrong.
Now, they said there's only 455 people worldwide that died from that.
Right. So a lot of these people have different errors in their either their judgment or they're running some kind of scenario.
Modeling, yeah.
Modeling. But we also know that isolation does terrible things to you. First of all, you're not in the sun. And we know the sun is miraculous for attack on viruses.
Yeah.
And in fact, you can leave clothing in the sun for a couple hours and that disinfects it. You can leave lots of things in the sun, and you can use UV light, you can use red light, you can use all kinds of different lights to kill some of these pathogens. But there is a concern that by shutting people down, first of all, you don't get the herd immunity, and the second thing is that you could be exposing them to other things that, we're people who belong together. Well, you and I are, of course, but I'm talking about everybody. we are social animals.
Right.
We're kind of like a herd.
Troops, tribes.
A tribe. Yeah, you could say it's a herd. A herd would be for cattle.
If you look at our primate ancestors, you can see they stick together in a troop.
Yeah, and the only type of isolation that we've ever considered was locking people up because they're ill or because they're a bad person in some instances. But if you're sick and
But you
it's
isolate
contagious,
for
you
illness,
isolate. Yeah, exactly.
so that it doesn't pass. But on the other
doesn't
hand,
pass to the people who aren't.
right, who aren't sick.
Right.
But I don't think there's anything in history that is precedent for this to have the entire populations of many, many countries in the world isolated in their homes and not being able to go out. This is something none of us have ever seen before.
Yeah, and it goes contrary to instinct, I would say. It doesn't make sense in a lot of ways. And I know there's a lot of people that died. And of course, if you have a family member that died, then you're bought into the whole thing right away because that's a natural thing to do. My God, don't tell me it's not real. And we're not saying it's not real. We're just saying this is kind of a normal thing that happens, and we're going to have a certain amount of people that die, and hopefully we'll get better ways of getting our health immunity up. And that's kind of what we're exploring because we think we're pretty healthy, and we're doing things on a daily basis to remain healthy, like having a good diet, and by taking certain things like the Primal Edge.
Yeah.
And we also want to get exposure to the sun, and we want to create a happy household. All these things really make it so you're living healthy, I think. It's not just about the food. It's not just about the sunshine. It's all these things, and they always include people with you.
Yeah, there's a comment in the chat room that says right before a head temperature scan, you can get a false positive if you've been exercising.
Yeah, there's many reasons why you can. I mean, you ever heard of a hot flash? I'm sure you have. Exactly, so there you go. But exercising does too, of course. But you could also have a little curve depending on the part of the day. You could be sitting in a hot car and now somebody's flashing you and say, oh, you have
a temperature.
Yeah. And is this an invasion? I mean, if I go to a restaurant, and usually we would have gone out on Wednesday nights. So if this Wednesday, because the restaurant's open, if we go there and somebody sticks a thermometer in my face, am I going to feel offended? I mean, probably not, but it's still an invasion.
Well, it's an interesting. I went to a client meeting. They wanted to meet in person. They were meeting with a contractor, and they had to go over a very major construction contract. And we arrived at the office of the contractor, and were greeted with the little the thermometer type device, whatever it does, shoots your forehead.
Who knows what it does?
and he says, and the fun part was first he says, oh, you're a 31, and that's fine. And he says, we haven't figured out how to switch from centigrade to Fahrenheit. So there's some technology involved. But anyway, they were just they're in the construction business. They're an essential service. They're allowed to be open. And they were testing everybody, all the guys at the job sites and so on. When they arrived, they had the thermometer out. So we all got our temperatures taken. And then we sat 6 feet apart around a table. And about 2/3 of the way through, I noticed that the contractor was asking me something about this far away, and it's like, okay.
Well, these are hard habits to break.
And one person at the meeting was a full mask. The one from the hospitals, what's it called, the
N95,
whatever it is, and she had gloves on.
Yeah. And I don't blame people for doing this.
No,
I mean, if I'm scared for my life or something, I'm doing as much as I can for that. And I don't think I would mind being my temperature taken. I certainly don't want to be vaccinated forcefully. That's one of the things. And I don't want to put things in my body that I don't know about. And I think during our next segment, we were talking about some of these solutions people are coming up with. And some of them I don't like at all. So Paige is going to come on the show after this next break and bring us some information on that. So I'm looking forward to that. I would say that some of the things have made me very uncomfortable, and some of the things is no big deal.
Well, I think most importantly is the numbers are not accurate. And in some cases, they're highly inflated. And in some cases, they may be underreported. In other cases, we don't know what's COVID, what's not. And
that's the real thing here. And are they testing specifically for COVID? It appears not. It appears they're specifically just for COVID, not COVID-19.
Right. If you had a cold, you're going to show positive for...
It's possible that that's the case. I don't have, 100% information, but from everybody that's talking, it's a test that gives you some kind of reading of some kind of COVID. We're not sure if it's COVID-19 or not. And that's just a track to run.
If you can't get tested, or if they declare it, this is the first time in history anybody has ever declared that somebody died of something that they never tested for.
Yeah.
How do you verify that was?
You got me, baby. We'll be right back.
I do.
We'll be right back.
We'd like to tell you about the personal training studio that Nico is the owner and president of, Performance Training. Since 1998, Nico has trained individuals and groups to improve their health both mentally and physically. As a certified personal trainer, Nico's main focus is on demonstrating exercises correctly to avoid injury and teaching his clients how to manage their past injuries while getting the most out of their personal training sessions. The Performance Training Studio is filled with unique training equipment that enhances balanced results at a faster rate while minimizing damage and discomfort. For more information, you can give Nico a call at 727-418-8740 or email him at nico@tfnn.com. Let him know you heard him on TFNN and save up to $100 on a special package just for TFNN listeners. Act today. If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Hey, welcome back to the show. Hey, we got Paige Clark on the line. We're going to talk about this Bill Gates thing, microchipping your body. So let's get her on board here. Hey, Paige, you out there?
Good morning.
Good morning, Ellen and Nico. How y'all doing?
Doing great. We've been reading
Great show. I was listening along, and, I'm right there with you, Ellen. You made a really great couple of points about the fact that we've had 80,000 people die in last year's flu epidemic, and let's keep some perspective. The media is saying we're in the mid-60,000, although new research came out this last week from the CDC charts. If you look at them, I actually sent you a copy of it for your records. The number is actually 37,000, one half of what the media is using. And the great point, Ellen, is we really don't know what they're testing for and how many people have already been exposed. So, yeah, we really have something unusual. Like they say, quarantine is when you restrict the movement of sick people, but tyranny is when you restrict the movement of healthy people.
So I'm reading from this Bill Gates thing. He wants to use microchip body to mine cryptocurrency. And this is something you've been telling me about for many, many years, actually. And I snagged this. And what this really is putting a microchip in your body, but not just to make a vaccine. They're really trying to make this as a proof of work type of relationship here.
That is so interesting, Nico. You know, Bill Gates, it's interesting how much he's not my favorite person. I think he's an untrustworthy individual. He certainly never finished college. He's not a doctor. He's not a scientist.
Right.
He's a rich guy with a lot of crazy ideas.
And they want to put him at the head of the WHO.
Isn't that just special? This is the point I want to drive home with the listeners, and everyone can put this on their to-do list this weekend.
Okay.
You remember the movie The Matrix?
Yeah.
Okay. The movie The Matrix was not a science fiction movie. It was a documentary. Mm-hmm. They were telling us what the plan is, and if you remember, they show, Nemo went down and saw all the human beings plugged up and being used for their energy.
Yeah.
Bingo. That's what we're seeing here. And we really have to understand and kind of connect the dots with this, I call it the plandemic. Mm-hmm. There is a plan, and it's much bigger than anything. And I know a lot of people want to say this is a conspiracy, but we all know that the word conspiracy theory was created by the CIA so that no one would question the murder of JFK. Mm-hmm. So it's actually more critical thinking and looking at a possible other scenario. And unfortunately, it does appear that the other scenarios are panning out to be more true. There's a lot of things in this article, Ellen and Nico, that we can see. The microchipping, many of us know that may impact our abilities to buy, sell, or move.
Yeah, well, the patent, I've got a list of the patent here, and it gives examples of the sensors that can be used with a microchip, such as the MRI scanners, the
electroencephalography.
Yeah, thank you.
Right.
Different kinds of EEG sensors, spectroscopy sensors, heart monitor sensors, thermal sensors, optical sensors, radio frequency sensors, ultrasonic sensors, cameras, or any other sensor or type of scanner that they can get in here. So what they want to do is be able to tell you, oh, you're watching this commercial. Oh, you're driving here. Oh, you're driving too fast. Oh, you didn't complete this assignment. Oh, you're not looking at the screen right now. Whatever they want, pretty much, it seems like.
You know, who wants this world? I mean, really, with that kind of a situation where they are just so in your head. The truth is, I always take it on the spiritual level. They're interfering with our God particle. They're, it's the turning of the truly divine beings that we are into a machine. And I think we have to say no. And, the whole ID 2020 that he's behind and the vaccine tattoo and all this, they're behind schedule. This was all planned.
Yeah.
If a different administration had gotten into power, this was going to be much more down the road, but it didn't. And so they're still trying. It's their last-ditch effort. But this is the time where we have to really pay attention to the news. This is something very disturbing along the same lines. It's very important that they keep this fear propaganda going. Ellen, you made a comment, made me think, none of us are saying that the virus isn't real.
Right.
It's real. And then there's a real question of a virus in general, but it's the propaganda that's crazy.
Yeah.
And,
I think if the media...
And overblown.
Yeah, I think if the media had not got involved in this whole thing, that everything would be kind of normal.
During a regular flu season, you don't hear the news about how many people had the flu and how you should stay away from people with the flu. It's never been a discussion.
we don't ruin an economy and livelihood over the flu. And in the perspective, when I saw those new CDC numbers, and again, the mainstream media is not saying it. They just believe that if they keep repeating a lie, Project Mockingbird, if you repeat a lie long enough, the people will believe it. And the number, I don't even believe the 37,000 number.
One of the things I always look at is, these programs that are during prime time on TV, there are 22 segments for commercials, and 17 of the 22 are the drug companies.
Yeah.
So there's your control right there.
And one of the comments I wanted to make about this article that we have, and I want to, how many more, we got a little bit of time, keep me going there.
Yeah, we got about 2.5 minutes here. So.
Okay. So one of the things that I loved about this article was you could see the comments, were really foretelling. And you could see that so many people were saying, I'll never take your quantum dot. I don't care what you're doing. You're evil. You're a eugenicist. And I really think you can see that people are starting to wake up to this elitist, globalist control mechanism. Yeah. And I hope maybe next show, we've got a lot of stuff that I call in. I'm doing a little look into this whole quote unquote meat shortage. Remember, when this whole scare turned into be a big flop for them, they decided to, start impacting the meat. So that's a big issue for right now. And I think that we can take a look at that some next week.
Well, I think there's still no indication that this cryptocurrency mining project will be connected to Microsoft's thing, but it looks like this is the push that they're doing. So I think you're actually right. They want to do this. They've been wanting to do this for a long time. And I think this is a natural tendency for any government. They want more and more control. We see this in our two-party system. I always call it the two-headed snake. Right now we have the Republican Democratic Party. Before we had a Democratic Republican Party. And even though the head of our nation may be saying something completely different than the people who are kind of in control are saying, he's still going along with it.
But we have a puppet master that's holding both strings. And at different times in history, they're pushing one arm. This time for the kind of real big change in society, they're using the Democratic arm. But you're right. We have to really wake up as people and look at this as a big change to the way we want to live, and I don't think we want it that way.
Thanks a lot, Paige. Appreciate you coming on, and we'll see you next time. And this was really good.
Love you
Thanks
guys.
a lot. Take care.
Take care.
We'll be right back, folks. You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, JDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
We're back. And I was thinking about the along the lines of the COVID-19, we've been talking a lot about anxiety and stress, and the unintended consequences of being locked down. It's not just a physical event, and now there's a whole phenomenon of bad dreams and vivid dreams and insomnia, sleep deprivation, and interruption with sleep cycles, and it's been extremely interesting to see. Apparently, it's quite pervasive, and it's a standard kind of anxiety dreams, and people are having dreams literally about stealing toilet paper.
Yeah, here a novelist recalls a trip to the comic store with Ronald Reagan, who swipes his wallet before he can make a purchase. Someone else remembers escaping a collapsing building by climbing into a pilot of this plane where he hid in the toilet. Mary Louise Kelly says, well, one night she woke up into a colleague's apartment and stole a hoard of toilet paper, and then she woke up. So as parts of the United States enter their second month of stay-at-home orders, people's day-to-day lives are being impaired with an increasingly strange and vivid dreamscape.
Yeah, people are also remembering their dreams. Now, I'm a person who remembers a lot of my dreams, although this morning when the alarm went off, the only thing I remembered was, what am I doing in Canada? You know, dreams are a function of, you pick up little subconscious things during the day, you read something, you saw a post on Facebook from your cousin in Canada, everything gets connected in no particular order, and
it's kind of thrown into the vault and something comes up.
Right, but I think that what's happening here is that there's just a much higher rate of anxiety dreams.
Well, remember also even 2001 with the buildings going down, people had premonitions of this. So that's a dream before it happens. So these are all connected psychically. I think human beings are very psychic, and we do maybe not know what some of these signals are, but we definitely get signals.
You know, there's some other consequences that may come from this, of what's going to happen with hugging, what's going to happen with handshaking. If people, especially children, if they're associating hugging with danger, is that going to be a problem down the road from
How
a
about just dating?
Sit over there.
I'm not talking about us dating, honey.
No, I'm saying.
But I'm just, right now, would you go out on a date with somebody?
Oh, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I wouldn't, but that has nothing to do with COVID.
Well, that's true. No, but I'm saying, if you were single.
It's a problem, but you wonder, is this something? When something bad happens, sometimes you can kind of, one day you feel better about it, and then you begin to go back to your normal life when the bars are open again, when the restaurants are open in full force again. Will we just right away fall right back into our patterns? I don't see masses of people not going back to restaurants.
But I do miss going to the bar and talking to my favorite bartender and having a drink. And on Wednesday nights, we used to sit at the bar and have sushi or whatever.
Sit at the bar.
The bar, yeah.
At the restaurant.
Yeah. So, I mean, these are things that we always did, and yeah, I miss them, although some of the things we've been doing, cooking more, cooking different things. I had fried chicken the other day. I'd never made fried chicken before. It was fabulous.
Yeah.
Got a whole tub of lard coming.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
Well, and I was talking to one of my coworkers, and I said to him, you must be saving a lot of money on lunches. You know, because he's cooking home and he's eating at home. And he said, you know what? I didn't think of that. Yes, I saved a lot of money. He says, in fact, I probably won't go back to.
Yeah, because you're talking $10, $20 a day.
Oh, he was talking a couple hundred a week.
Yeah. Well,
Of, you know, probably
Yeah.
lunch and dinner, but still, that's a lot of money.
well, there's a lot of people. I was listening to an interview yesterday, a guy from Key Largo, and one of their favorite restaurants opened. And he said, oh, this is my favorite breakfast place. I come here because the food is so good. He says, and I come here every day, and I do lunch here too. I mean, do people eat out that much that, you know, most of their meals come from outside?
Well, if you're single and you live at home, or if you are an adult and you're still living at home for whatever reason, maybe you're a caregiver, maybe you're helping to save some money and so on.
But eating food
eating out is and socializing. What do we do when we socialize? We go to dinner with somebody.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Everything circulates around the food in the restaurants.
It always has. If we go back to our tribal ancestry, this is where everybody gathered. I mean, nobody cooked in their tent and ate there.
Right.
They
There was
all
a communal
communed.
cooking. But this is a function of leaving the home. You're not inviting people to your home.
Right.
We're leaving the home.
But we haven't had that either. And a lot of times we'll go over to dinner for some people, or we'll have dinner over to our place too on a Sunday or Saturday afternoon.
Right.
And that hasn't been going on. So there's nothing
Yeah, I miss that.
usual. Yeah. Because this is how we see our friends. We either go out to dinner with them, or they invite them over to dinner for us.
Yeah, it's you know, I was thinking about the hairdresser reopening.
Yeah, that's big.
But it's like, I haven't seen my hairdresser. She actually had an accident, broke her collarbone, something like that. And so I haven't actually seen her in about almost 3 months. And I'm thinking, oh, I can't wait to hug her. I went, oh, wait a minute. No,
Can't even
won't be
do
doing
that.
that.
Yeah, so, well, you know, here in Florida, of course, things have opened up a little bit. We can go to a restaurant now, even though we haven't yet. We probably will maybe tomorrow night, just to see what's going on. I mean, I'm excited about it.
Sushi!
Yay! It's a strange world, and I'm hoping. And I just got an email from Ben and Kat for that convention. We have a convention coming up in August in Denver, and as of right now, it's still going. But that's 680 people in one building in this hotel that are all part of this one group. Suspicious observers, mostly Suspect Sky. It's called Beyond the Frontier, and very few people have canceled. And we're still wondering if it's going to be allowed. We hope it is allowed. I'm speaking, so I'm hoping I get a chance.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
This is interesting. Another article. This is the common themes in dreams. And he's talking about the different themes. Right now, we've got the fear of catching the disease, people worrying about dying alone, especially if you're a single person. It's interesting. We were watching American Idol. And American Idol has segregated everybody there. Everybody's sheltering at home, and they're doing their broadcasts. The contestants are broadcasting from their homes.
Yeah.
And one of the contestants is a transplant from New York who's in Los Angeles area. She didn't want to take the chance of going home and giving her older grandmother, anything from where she was in Los Angeles, so she stayed there. She's all by herself.
Yeah.
And it's really, you can tell it's where, I mean, today, thank goodness we have things like FaceTime and Zoom and whatever, and you can get some contact, at least visually.
Yeah,
But it's
and that
not
really
the
helps.
same thing.
No, it's not. It's definitely not the same thing.
Fear
What is
of-
the same, though, I want to remind people, you know, during this break, to please pick up our Primal Edge. We have over 310 organic cell-ready liquid ingredients. It's very easy to take. It has fulvic and humic acid. And the reason this is important, because this lets the good stuff in, takes the bad stuff out, so you're cleansing at the same time as getting the proper nutrition every single day. And very, very important. The other thing, of course, we have a subscription for the Health Signals newsletter. There it is right there. and we go over all the things that we talked about here. So please pick those things up, and we will be right back.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
TFNN has developed a daily programming lineup for traders by traders. We start every trading day live at 8:30 a.m. with Tommy O'Brien hosting the morning market kickoff as he starts the day off by breaking down everything you need to know about what's going on for the trading day ahead. At 9 a.m., Larry Pesavento takes your calls and questions live on the air for the opening bell as he hosts Trade What You See. At 10 a.m., Tom and Tommy O'Brien host the Bull Bear Trading Hour. At 11 a.m., it's Kevin Hanks and Alex Coffey from TD Ameritrade Network with Fast Market. Basil Chapman at noon with the Tiger Technicians Hour. Steve Rhodes hosts the Trader's Edge at 1 p.m. Dave White with the Power Trading Hour at 2 p.m. And Tom O'Brien closes out the day for the final hour of trading live from 3 till 4. Don't miss a second of our daily programming lineup. Tune in to Tiger TV every trading day live at TFNN.com. Educating investors.
Have a few minutes left. I thought we'd talk about technology for a minute. You know, as we have this tension in the air because of this COVID-19 thing, everything seems amplified kind of, and we had a kind of experience this weekend. You got your phone on Friday, I got mine yesterday, and just the hassle of changing things, and it was just like one little snippet of extra tension, and all of a sudden everything is blown up. It's just like we were both kind of frazzled at the whole thing. And it was really simple. I mean, you just follow the instructions, but then you have to call AT&T and stuff like that.
Well, I started on Friday by changing our plan.
Yeah.
Because it was creeping up, and now that we've gotten rid of our hard line, we had, I'm on the phone a lot with clients and whatnot, and the data plan wasn't working. So, but that took me 2 hours to get that switched over, and then to get my phone switched on. Till you find the number, if you can actually find a number.
Well, not only that, yesterday when I was doing mine, I was on the line and they said, well, they'll call you back in 15 minutes or you can wait on the line. I said, oh, call me back. Then the thing starts ringing, but it doesn't ring because it doesn't recognize the number because it's not in my contact book. I'm scrambling to do it. Oh, no, they hung up, and again they ring, and that happened like 4 times.
And then they had to call my phone.
Oh, my God. So, I mean, the tension was really high, and that's when I really noticed it, is because this is...
Because usually, when it comes to anything with technology, you are right on it.
And
it's never a problem.
I breezed
and I
through
ended
it.
up being the one who did it, which is like unprecedented.
Well, I
in
did
history.
yours and you did mine, kind of thing. You know,
like,
so it was really weird. But
well, I had already been through it, so at least I had a clue where to look.
Yeah, well, I was on the phone trying to connect and reconnect.
Right.
It was just one of the. I wish we had
just another example.
My GoPro should have been on. We could watch that and say, "What idiots we are." So anyway.
Well, stress is stress, and extra stress is not ideal, and it throws you off. And even though we deal with a certain amount of stress every day, if it's something that you're not used to, or that is new and different, that's when you really can have a breakdown of the whole entire system.
Yeah.
Everything can collapse.
So we really have to be cognizant of that, and try to de-stress.
Stay mindful. Pay attention to how you're feeling. If you're starting to feel frazzled, take a deep breath and back off and take a minute and regroup. It's important.
We'll be back next week.
It's also important to be healthy and stay safe and be positive. See you next time.